Okay, all right. We're back again. Like we promised, we'll be back when RAEC finally release the reviewed results after the technical glitches they claimed. Uh, Good news, RAEC has finally released the results, and it's been series of mixed emotions on the part of some of the students. I think they are happy. I mean, who won't be happy when I already have a D7, I already have an E8, and then now, even if it's a C6, I wouldn't mind. So, on the part of the student, I think many of them are happy now, even though I'm sure some of them too are disappointed. Well, on the part of people like us, I think it's more of disappointment and not very happy at all. But let's still we'll put that at the back of the video. Let's talk about something more, I think more important to these children now. WAEC result is out now, so what next afterwards? I think it's right that we discuss that first of all before we move into the issue of the release of the results. So first of all, WAEC result is out. Some of these children have, I personally have advised some of them to go to the JAM portal and go and upload their O-level result, that's their WAEC results. Because during registration, it was awaiting results that was there. So there's need to go and upload it on the JAM portal, which is the first thing to do, right? I mean, after release of results. More importantly, if you're seeking for admission for this current admission year. So, like I said, the first thing to do is go and upload your result. If your results are good, or if it is good enough for you to have your, if it's good enough for you to get your admission, go and upload your result on JAM. But for those who have not done that, I mean, or for those who have done that, first of all, there is need to go and re-upload now, because there is no automatic system between JAMB and WAEC. So there is need for you to go and re-upload. More importantly, if there is a little change in your results, if there's any change at all in your results, the best thing is go back to the JAMB CBT center, you did it, and go and re-upload the results. It doesn't cost so much. Just make sure you're going to a JAMB CBT center so you can be sure they will do it, because there's no printout to confirm if it is done or not. Unlike most of the other processes that you go and do, this one does not have printout. They will just upload, except the person is nice enough to help you snap the screen. There is no printout for it. So go and re-upload. And for those who have not, so if this is the first time you are hearing it, JAMB has a system now called the CAPS system. So the Central Admission Processing System. So it is JAMB that offers admission now. Even if your school gives you an admission letter, that is not enough right now. So it is JAMB that will end up offering admission letter to candidates. So what that means is JAMB must have your JAMB results. Of course, that is from their own system anyway. And then they must have your O-level results. So this your O-level results, you are the one that will upload it. So you need to go and upload your O-level result. Go to any JAMB center, go there with your JAMB slip and the result printout. That's the WAEC result printout. Go there, go and upload your results. So that's the first step in getting any admission. Then of course, the second step is looking around for schools that are already selling their that have announced the sales of their post-JAM form, that's post-UTME form. So if it is a school you have applied to, get their forms, fill it and submit. Some of them will be doing post-UTME exam. Some of them will not be doing the exam, they will only just do screening. Screening in the sense of just looking at your O-level results, grading it based on some certain criteria given, and then also using your JAM results. That also has a certain grading system they use. For some schools like Unilag, They will do those two things. They will also do post UTME, and then at the end of the day, they will do an aggregate. So first of all, confirm if your school, the school you are applying, you are applying to, is already selling the form, and get their form. If not, maybe after the exams you have changed your mind about schools you want to go to. You have changed your mind about schools you want to go to, and the school you now want to go to is already selling the form. The best thing is go to CBT center again, go and do what you call the change of course and change of institution form. You can also already always get that. So it's just one form. When you get it, you have opportunity of changing your course, you have opportunity of changing your institution. But these things also have limits, so be careful about how you go and change them. So I'm not sure of how many limits now, but I know that it cannot be less than 3. So you can't change it maybe less than 3 times. But I'll confirm that and give you the information later. But basically, you have opportunity of changing your institution to a newer institution which you have now changed your mind to now. So that's the second step. Then away from that also, there are some of these students who want to further their studies abroad. In such case, most of the time the WAEC results, the printout you have on the WAEC website now is not sufficient to uh, to seek admission outside. So aside from maybe other things, the criteria might be depending on what school you're going to. You have to do SAT in some cases, but now talking about WAEC only. So some of them might actually need, even in some of the schools in Nigeria, but rarely would they need it. That is the WAEC certificate. So WAEC now have an e-certificate now. They have an online certificate which you can always go and download online. I believe it should be available now, because usually the e-certificate comes up about 48 hours, 1 week after the release of result. You can always, especially if your result does not have a problem, if there's no withheld results in your, if there's no withheld paper in your results, you can always have access to it. After about 48 hours, results are released. So, but then the that certificate also, because it's on the higher side online anyway, but you can always get it free of charge if you wait about 90 days after the exam. Go to your school. WAEC could have sent it down to your school, but then that is about 90 days later. Meanwhile, you really need it at this moment. So that's why no people don't usually ask for it. That's institutions don't usually ask for it around this moment, because they know it will not be out yet. So in about 90 days, that's about 3 to 4 months time, go back to your school. WAEC will have sent it to your school, so you can always get the real certificate. So that's that for what needs to be done at this present moment. Because after the first video I made the last time, I have some wonderful people messaging me and asking some of these questions, so I think I should address it first. Now back to uh the major issue, why we are here, because I must say that is the reason I'm doing this video, though I won't say so much about it, because in subsequent videos we'll still be talking about some of these things one after the other. So basically, like I said, WAEC has released the results, and should I say they have re-released the result, because after the first release they had to block the portal and or close the portal, and now they have reopened it, and now student can now check. And in the process of checking, we have seen several changes, so to say, corrections made, so to say. And as much as this cause for some form of happiness on the side of the children, there's still some form of concern on the part of stakeholders. Because first of all, yes, I saw the result of some of these children. I reviewed it myself, and for the ones that are closer to me, there are just few cases of changes, majorly in English. And at least out of about 23 students that I have access to at the present moment, I was able to, only 2 of them basically had their result change, and that is even in English only, and it's just a step upper from, it's just a one step above the former grade they had. So in the process, on a general, looking at it on the general view, it's affected so much because there was an increase from the pass rates, that is those that have five uh, credits and above in English and maths. There is a big surge in the pass rates now, because before now it was 38 point something percent who passed, which I said before now that was rather poor, but now is about 62 point something pass rate now. So in fact, if you look at the difference, it's just so much. The difference is just so much. It's very significant. In fact, at on a scale, like on a level like this, even 1% is so much. Not talk of over 20, so almost 30% of increase. This is so much, and that's the more reason why I said it calls for concern. And the reason I said this is this. You see, I don't understand. I don't really get us in Nigeria generally, and in the education system more importantly, because it's, even as a school, as a small body, when you do when you have an exam, for example, you tend to do what you call evaluation. When the result comes out, don't just go and post the results. You get your results, the academic board sit down, look into the results. Most of the time, the essence of it is just to, okay, what are the weak subjects, what are the subjects where the student did not pass well. I don't know for any other school, but I mean, where in my own establishment where I work, this is what we do. We look at it, more importantly the third term, the promotional exam, which will affect, which have more effect on the children. Sit down, first of all, look into the results. Okay, what is the problem? Okay, physics, the pass rate is not so much. What is the problem? Will you go back and look at it? Not with the intention is just to be sure, because we are ready to defend whatever it is. And I'm not ready to disclose my establishment here, but then you can, if if only I could, you realize in my own school, in our own school, we don't give out passes. Children fail. It's a private school, but children end up failing if there is need to. So it's not like it's automatically passed, no. But before that happens, we want to be sure that, okay, this really happened. It's not that when parents now come back and say, no, my child cannot fail. That's when we now start making checking, and then discovering that, okay, this is what happened. We would have done our own check. In fact, to the point of not even about failure, to the point of, okay, you know that this student is good. So what could be the problem? What was the issue during the exam? Okay, bring out his discharge CA. Okay, this is what he got in the CA. These are the results from the CA, from the continuous assessment. Is not at par with what the exam says. What could be the problem? We review all those things. This is just a small establishment. This is all, compared to the whole of Nigeria, compared to the whole of West Africa. So when a result is to be released, I guess there should be a section, a particular section of that council that should be responsible for reviewing this. So it's now funny that such a thing now happen, and then you after reviewing, you now have to see the mistake after you have, imagine so much that has happened. The list of it is what I just said now. Some of the children are even gone online to go and upload the results. Some of them will not even know that they are supposed to go back and re-upload that result, and it could cost them their admission, away from several other things I don't even want to suggest. So many other ideas that could result from this that I don't want to suggest. But then this could have a far-reaching effect. Now, the other aspect of it, I want to break it bit by bit. The other aspect of it I am surprised about is You see, the federal government, the federal minister of education is coming out almost at every point of this. For when JAM released their results some months back, and the result was poor, you could see the federal government, the federal ministry of education coming out immediately to come and criticize these children, not even the system, the children. They are not able to do examination malpractice again, and the lies. That is why this is happening, is because of the upgrade in technology added to the education. So I mean, they were able to do that. When JAM came out to apologize and say, oh, there was a problem, when after parents have already come out, there was a problem, okay, we are going to repeat, and then they had to rewrite that exam, which I have a problem with anyway. They had to rewrite that exam, and the result came out and it was far better than what it was. Nobody came out to come and say anything from the Minister of Education afterwards. No sanction, because for every action, for every wrong thing that is done, there must be a consequence. No sanction, no anything. Why came out also now after the release of results, and they have discovered technical glitches like they claimed. Federal Ministry of Education also released a circular to support that notion that okay, there is this, they have gotten a report that there is technical glitches, so WAEC will review the result, this and that. After WAEC has now reviewed the result and brought out the new result, the reviewed result now, we have not heard anything from the Federal Minister of Education again. So my concern on this basically is, are you saying there's no consequences for all these things? Or is this how we continue to look at it? Because in my own opinion, I think there is need to declare a state of emergency, if not in the whole of education sector, in the evaluation and assessment sector of education. I think there is need for it. Because in just 1 year, you have JAM coming out with this, WAEC also coming out with this. NECO is will soon be released also. Is it when that happens, or is it when a collapse happened generally in that one also, that we now start looking for how to repair? I think there is a need. I don't know if they are underground work being played. I'm not, that's even that one, I am not going to be happy with it. If there is, it should be an open thing. The whole thing happen openly. So it should be something open. So if we need to do this, if we need to actually review all these things that is happening, stakeholders should come in. People from the private sector should come in. We are a major player in this. The people from private sector should come in, the government should come in, the students should come in, the parents should come in. Let us look into this wholly. It is at that point we could even discuss, wait, are you sure you're ready for all this technology you are adding to this education, this evaluation thing? Are you sure you are ready for it? Or should we just focus more on the classroom first, and when we get there, we can now, those are the places where this could come up. I think the federal government can do so much as regards this too, because when they thought it was the children's fault, they came out to come and criticize the children. Even JAM registrar came out then, it was being questioned, and he was also saying things that have to do with, the side of the children. He was looking more on the side of the children rather than the system itself, and then they later realized, oh, it is a system, not even the children. So after that was done, who will now come to criticize this exam bodies too? Nobody. We just keep looking. I think there is need to what's it called now, to declare a state of emergency, if not in the whole of the education sector, at least in the evaluation and assessment sector of education generally. So don't let us watch this particular part of it to die. So many things are not done right in education sector right now. So don't let us allow this to be added to it. Like I said in the last video, don't let us add this to it. This is just coming up. So let us now look into it. Let us look into the previous years too, because definitely this would have happened in the previous years, but because the noise, maybe social media has also helped these days. So the noise is more, and then the exam bodies now feel, oh, we can't get away with this. In my own theory anyway, we can't get away with this, and they have to be doing these things like this. So it is only when we come out and do a reassessment, and this reassessment should include everybody in the sector, all stakeholders in the sector. It should include it, and then we can now pin it at, I mean, we are saying in 2026 WAEC is coming out full-time CBT. That's the kind of information the Education Ministry will project. Yeah, okay, so when they do that, what does it add to us? What is the essence? I mean, is it so that we can say that, oh, the pass rate will be low, and then we can now say, yeah, the children are malpractice, they are doing malpractice, and that is why they don't get enough? Is that what we want to achieve with that? Or is it not our happiness that they should do well? So why don't you concentrate on what will make them do well, rather than, I mean, that uh on that. I mean, I think I've exhausted some of the things I want. I mean, I would like to say here, but because of time, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not able to exhaust some of the things I want to say here, but because of time, I I will cut it here. We'll still be talking about this. So if the government will not do the right thing as regards this, if the examination bodies will not do the right thing as regards this, I think it's high time we have watchdogs. We have people who will be watchdogs to these exam bodies or to the education generally. So that is what we'll be doing now, because I feel it is right that we do the right thing. So thank you very much. I remain Nuru Odesh. So please like, comment, subscribe, do everything to support this. Thank you very much.